Hello, how are you today? Hope you're doing really well. Got a nice little treat for you today, one that I've wanted to do for a long time. Finally come back to good old just outside of Tunbridge, Wales, a place that I spent a lot of time as a teenager. And I parked up at Broadwater Warren Nature Reserve, and we're off to find a incredible historical World War II relic. So I won't say any more, so stay with me and let's go explore it. So here we are. Here's our World War II relic, that of a tank turret from a Churchill tank. Pretty cool, right? I mean, come on, let's be honest. I mean, like, you know, where it's situated and everything else put into sequence. And this, and I tell you what, I mean, I need to really visit Broadwater Warren more, but I don't really, even though I'm not too far away from here, and just go on more walks really around this area. So just out of context, Eridge is literally just there. Tunbridge Wells is literally just there. We're pretty much halfway between. So we're in Broadwater down, Broadwater Warren, etc., etc. So, yep. But there's our tank turret. What we'll do is, though, we will just read the information board because it's here. Why not? Just saves us sort of having to. You get a really good idea, basically, of what's going on. If you look at the first thing you'll notice is if you look at the photo. Nothing really much has changed, and don't worry, we'll go down and have a closer look in a minute. But it says you're now looking at was once a Churchill tank. What remained of the tank, the turret, was discovered in this quarry pit. But what happened to the rest of it? Question mark. It says an unreliable model. It says it's possible that our tank suffered a mechanical failure and was abandoned. The Churchill tank was plagued with mechanical faults resulting from its rather hasty development. Much of it was cut down for scrap metal, and so we're just left with the heavy turret. And there's a picture of our Churchill tank. Now, you may recognise our Churchill tank because I've actually done another video on the Crocodile experimental version of the Churchill tank, which was the one that basically spat flames. So if you're familiar with my channel, this whole part of Churchill tank might look quite familiar to you. So, yep. Moving along, it says the New Haven to Dieppe crossing. It says Churchill tanks were used by troops taking part in the disastrous Dieppe raids, and some of the preparation may have taken place here. It says in 1942, around 6,000 predominantly Canadian infantrymen sailed from ports on the south coast, including New Haven, supported by the Royal Navy and Air Force. They attacked the German-held port of Dieppe. The assault began at 5 a.m, but before the morning had ended, the Allied commanders had been forced to call a retreat. Although this raid was a failure and many of the soldiers sadly lost their lives, the lessons learnt did help to shape the successful D-Day landings. And they've got a rather lovely, well, not really lovely, is it? But that was a picture taken from the Dieppe raid. You can see, incredible, really. And then. There we go. It just says, keep your ears open. This is the coal tit. There you go. Keep your eyes open. It says, rather than hearing the rumble of tanks and artillery fire, well said, it says you can now enjoy the sound of birdsong, including the nighttime chirring of nightjars. Listen out for the noisy parties of tits, searching for food in the surrounding woodland. Wow. Absolutely brilliant. And it says, we'd also like to thank Chris Butler. Sorry, it's quite windy here. Archaeological Services, which has provided help and expertise. Brilliant. Thank you, Chris. And the High Weald Forestry, English Heritage. Oh, let's clear this up a little bit. There you go. And obviously this is, as we said before, this is Broadwater Warren. It's part of an RSPB, God blimey, nature reserve. Oh. And it is just incredible around here. Really is. I would recommend that if you ever do go in the Tunbridge Wells area, or if you are from the Tunbridge Wells area, that you come to Broadwater Warren Nature Reserve. It's literally on the way to Eridge, you can't miss it. In fact, there's signs for High Rocks as well, even though, yeah, whatever, it's sort of different. Well, no, it's in that direction if we carry on going this way and we'll swoop round. But, what an incredible woodland. Yeah, just brilliant. Behind us, that way, behind me, is the infamous Broadwater Down Monty's hideout bunker. If you carried on going the opposite side, basically, and down again down the main road just towards Tunbridge Wells, we're literally in the Broadwater area. But let's take a look. Come on. Right, so here we are. How brilliant is this? Obviously, it probably would have been better if it was a whole tank, but let's not complain. The reason why I love this is because it is literally situated within woodland. It's not what you'd expect. In fact, actually, it's off the beaten track of the main path that you do walk down, or one of the main trails, should I say. It's easy enough to find though. In fact, if you go on, I think from what I remember, if you go on Google, just type this in, easy enough to find. But look at this. Now, we've seen abandoned tanks before that have normally been used for targeting practices, ones that have been broken down. There's ones in West Sussex, for example. But to see one in this sort of border of East Sussex, Kent, and even though, like I said, they probably removed the rest of it for scrap, you've got the turret rings here, and that's what I wanted to sort of show you. So look at this. Obviously it's quite boggy here, so I wouldn't really recommend, bring a good pair of Wellingtons. Look at the teeth marks that would have been helped to rotate the turret, I'm assuming. Brilliant is that. Right, so here we are on the opposite side. It is very boggy, like I said, all around here. In fact, it looks like a bit of a stream from here. We've had a lot of rainfall anyway, but all around here are little almost like bog pits almost sort of thing. But look at this. Oh, touching a bit of World War II history. Isn't that just spectacular? That was actually used. I mean, it's the other thing, like we know that, what is being said is this was actually being used. How amazing. So technically you're inside the gun turret now. Isn't that crazy? Like I said, it's not the most preserved thing you're ever going to see in your life, but as I said before, it's about the context of this. It's about the fact that where it's situated, it just really adds up, and it makes for a great adventure. I always sort of say to all of you out there that sometimes there's places where I would just say to you, come down here, explore it, bring your family, bring your kids, bring your dog, bring whatever, and just really embrace this amazing bits of history that are here, and for this story just to be so perfect, for there to be an information board that is a good information board, because sometimes I do moan about those information boards, but isn't it just brilliant? Like I said, you go on a little adventure, you go for a lovely little walk, and then along the way you get to see this incredible bit of World War II history. And look at this. Should we try and see how heavy it is? Oh my word, that is proper heavy. I'm assuming, like that over there. Oh, that's all that plating. I mean, even now that's rusted. That is still extremely heavy. Oh, I'm having to do it one-handed. Either that, or I'm obviously extremely strong. I mean, let's debate that for another day. I'd like to think I'm extremely strong, and that is obviously the weight of a skyscraper. But look at that. Love it. Absolutely love it. Let's just have a quick look round. Like I said, you can see it's beautiful detail on what's left. God, can you imagine if you were part of the tank crew? How crammed it is in there. Amazing. Like I said, so and then you got your two turret rings just there. that blend so well now. The colouring of them, the rusted colour, especially in this autumn time now, it just sort of blends in with the colour of the leaves. How amazing. There you go. Well, that was your amazing bit of unusual history for today. Should we just put that out there? Hope you really enjoyed that. Hope you came along with me. More importantly, if you are local to the Tunbridge Wells area, come down here. Just come down here. Make a day of it. Go for a walk. Go explore nature, because that's what I'm going to do now. So after I've filmed this, I'm just going to go for a nice little stroll and just do exactly what it says on the board. Just listen to the birds. Really embrace it, you know. And this is my little treat for myself. Obviously a treat for you as well to record it. So as I always say, thank you so much for your kindness, your support, your patience, your love and everything else that goes on with it. It really means a lot to me and the channel. It really motivates me to show you even more stuff that I've either been to before and I'm desperate to record it and show you what's some new stuff that we can just love and share for this channel, this community of ours. So there you go. In the immortal words of Phoenix history, because history matters. Really does, doesn't it, actually? And I'll see y'all very soon. Look after yourself. Kapow.